Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry, there was some issue. My laptop went off, so it went into an update. That's why I couldn't join. Uh, should we wait for 5 minutes so that everyone joins? Or should we start? We'll just wait for 2 minutes. A lot of people are joining. So okay, is this visible on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So we are 23 of us. I think we should start. Firstly, sorry for joining late. Actually, there's some issue with my laptop, so I couldn't switch it on. Uh, is this visible the screen properly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to discuss today is the basic data analysis using data frames, something that we had done started last time, but we'll complete that today. Then we will go again into the functions and conditional statement in conditional if else statements. So that, and then the last part that we again last time we discussed what is the paper pattern, what is the syllabus, etc. Those questions we'll try to answer. Today will most likely be the last lecture before the test. So what we will do is we will do most of what we can do today, and if there is any doubt, any questions, you feel free to write to me and I will respond to that for sure. So I think with that we should start. Now the first thing, okay, there are still people coming in actually. Okay, all right. The first thing we are going to do today is what is called as a working directory. Working directory is like telling R that there is a folder where I'm working. Okay, this folder is going to be my reference point, and you know that all my files are located over there. Now in the working directory there can be folders. For example, in a working directory, my documents may be a working directory, and in my documents you might create a folder called as R codes, and a separate folder called as the results. So you yeah. So what you can do is all R codes are stored in that folder inside the directory, and all the results are directed in the results folder. So I'm going to just see briefly what this working directory is. I think we did this in the first lecture, but we'll just do it again. So, and to understand what is your current directory, you write get wd. Get wd, open and close uh, brackets. All right. And on the right, you can see the path is there. A lectures, introduction to R, and then codes. Can I give a standing instruction to allow everyone who joins, because it's kind of getting disturbing actually. I don't. Anyone who knows this? Nobody's going to speak today.
Sir, what did you said? I was doing
Acha,
that
acha.
to
I
let you.
said that you know, as I speak, more people are joining, and that sound is getting played, and that is disturbing me. Is there a way to give a instruction that allow anyone who joins? Are you aware
Yes,
of
sir. In the settings, it is there.
the settings? Let's just try that once. Uh, Settings, call control. Okay, I can't see it, but that's fine. Let's start.
So you can do that host controls and keep the meeting open.
Host controls. Okay. Okay, done. ठीक है. All right. So, okay. So, have you run this get WD in your laptop? What is the kind of results that you get? Anyone who can tell me?
Sir, I got the path C colon slash users slash drashtisha slash documents.
हाँ, so my
Yeah.
documents में गया ना. So default is
Yes.
my documents. Most of you must be getting my documents unless you change it. Okay, you can manually change it. So in order to do so, you write set wd, that is set your working directory, and into double inverted commas. All right, you put your folder path. So for example, this is my path. I'm just going to paste it over here within double inverted commas. Okay. And as we spoke yesterday, we are just going to do double slash. Okay, let's run this and get run. Can you try it for you yourself also? So you know the steps, right? What you have to do? You have to open the folder. So you go to folder. Suppose I go to introduction to R, and then I copy this link on the top. All right. And then you go over here, you paste it, you put it into double inverted commas, make these slashes double slashes, and you're good to go. Everyone with me? Anyone who's getting an error, doubts, etc.?
No, sir, with you.
Got it? Okay. So I will move ahead. Hey, so next thing is to read your C. So we are going to do data analysis today. So data analysis using R. So for that, we are first going to read the data. I'm going to. Acha, should I send this data to you guys? How should I do this? I'm going to share this data with you. First, let's check what this data is. Okay. So this data is biker ka data. Okay, this is bikers ka data. And how this looks is there is some ID. This is most likely biker ID. Everyone is able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is some biker ID, and there is marital status, which can be married or single. Then there's gender, there is income, number of children, is education, occupation, whether they own the house or not, number of cars that they have, the amount of distance they travel every day, which region they belong to, their age, and whether the bike is purchased or not. Okay, so this data is there. It does. This is public data. I downloaded from Kaggle. What I can do is I can just send it across to you guys so that you can access it. Yeah. So should I put it on the group, WhatsApp group?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I've sent it. ओके मिला आया क्या
Yes, sir.
हाँ सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज ये जो आप सेट करेंगे वर्किंग डायरेक्टरी सपोज यू क्रिएट अ फोल्डर कॉल्ड एज डेटा एंड आई एम गोइंग टू डू इट सो फॉर एग्जांपल यू क्रिएट अ फोल्डर कॉल्ड डेटा एंड देन उसका पाथ यहाँ पे आप कॉपी कर दीजिए और उस फोल्डर के अंदर यू सेव दिस फाइल दैट आई हैव शेयर्ड विद यू 3 steps I'll just write them down. Step 1, create a folder called data. Okay. Step 2, save the bikers data in the folder. Step 3, copy the path of the folder, paste it. These 3 steps have to be done. Anyone who gets stuck is going to tell me, okay? Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Ayushri is also done. Okay. Also, I would suggest one thing: just raise your hand so that I understand who all is paying attention. So I'll also understand, how many people have to wait for. There's again no compulsion to join. You will get the codes. You can study. I mean, there's no issue. But I'll also get a sense of who all is doing it. Okay. Okay, great. I think there is most of us have done it. So what we have done is we have set the uh, path to the data folder, and the data that I've sent right now is pasted inside that folder. Okay. Now the best part of this is why we do this is now you see last time we had done read.csv. Now come to my screen so that I can show you once. So we had written read.csv, and because we have set the working directory as that folder, we really don't need to write the whole path. You just write the name of the file, and the file is there in the path itself. So R knows where to seek the folder file. Okay. So once you just type bikers underscore data dot csv, in that case the data will be read directly. You just try writing this so that everyone will be on the same page.
Sir,
Mhm.
sir, I got an error for that set WD ka code mein.
ठीक है.
It
What is the
is
error?
coming, cannot change the working directory.
क्यों भाई? दिखाओ, स्क्रीन
Uh,
शेयर करो. Just share your screen. I'll be able to tell you. Anyone
sir,
else
but I'm
who's
not able to share it.
अच्छा? But अभी तो I have made it public. No.
Now, yes, it is visible.
Okay. Yes, it is. It is. Okay. So
I
set
have
WD.
put here double slash, so maybe because of that it can
No,
happen.
that is correct. That is correct. There's no issue with that. Okay. Let's do one thing. Do one thing. Go to tools. Go to tools. अच्छा व्यू पे जाओ. व्यू सॉरी व्यू. क्लिक दैट.
Yes, a view.
हाँ क्लिक करो. खुला है क्या?
हाँ मतलब मेरे को दिख रहा है यहाँ पे
अच्छा अच्छा. आई कांट सी. जस्ट सी वेदर देयर इज अ टेक्स्ट रैप. रैप करके WRAP करके है तो वो क्लिक कर दो.
टेक्स्ट रैप
ठीक है. विल डू इट
नो
लेटर. अभी
सर
नहीं है ना. ठीक है. रहने दो. रहने दो.
So
ओके.
she has set the working directory to the whole file name. He needs to take out the file name from the set working directory.
यस राइट. फाइल नेम हटा दो उसमें से. करेक्ट. एब्सोल्युटली. फ्रॉम द वर्किंग डायरेक्टरी. या सो बाइकर्स डेटा वो हटा दो. करेक्ट. यस. सो दिस इज अ पाथ टू अ फोल्डर नॉट अ फाइल. वो दो स्लैशेस भी हटा दो. One, both.
ओके सर
Remove the next one also and just run it once so that we see. Run karo. Correct. Okay. Now just
यस
type in
सर
the next line. Next line type karo read.csv. Yes. open bracket, and write bikers underscore data dot csv and all into inverted commas.
Okay, sir. Okay.
है ना, एक बार run करो whether it gets read or not. See.
Yes,
Perfect.
sir.
Perfect.
Thank
Now,
you.
so everyone else who everyone got it right? Anyone who got an error?
Sir, I am getting the error.
An error. What is the error? You are on mute, Prerna.
Sir, can I share my screen?
Yes, yes, please, please. Yeah. Yes. So now I can see that it is a single slash. You have to do double slash. We discussed. No? Can you hear me? In line number 3, set WD जो है वहाँ पे single slash डाला है ना आपने?
Yeah.
Put 2 slashes over there. और एक ऐड करो सामने ऐड कर दो एक बार. Also, second issue is that you have added file का name also in the path. वो नहीं ऐड करना है, सिर्फ फोल्डर का करना है. Yes. वो हटा दो. Correct. Remove that also. एक स्लैश भी हटा दो बस. ना वो हटा दो दोनों. हाँ बस. Okay. Now control enter. Okay. अच्छा वो डबल इन्वर्टेड कॉमास बंद कर दो एक बार. Close that. Correct. Now run this. Once more. Line 3 run करो वापस. Correct. Now read.csv में into double inverted commas write bikers underscore data dot csv. Run. Okay. So now so you guys have seen what all mistakes may happen. So I'm assuming कि आपका नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है? Now let's move on to the next part. Chalo. So now that we have the file read, we store it in a object called data. Okay, data assignment sign and then read.csv. ये किया है. There is another way of doing it and we discussed last time is to say read.csv and अंदर लिखना है file.choose and then you can manually go and select it. Okay, we have done this last time, so I just added it for completion. Now that we have the data in place, what we are going to do is we are going to use a function called view. Okay, view करके view data, and I can see the data on my screen. All the variables that were there in the Excel have come over here. I can see that. And as we discussed last time, we are going to do the basic, exploratory analysis. For example, we'll just see the structure. And in structure, I know that, ID is an integer. Marital status is a character vector. You can see then gender has a female, male. Income has some levels. It is an integer, numeric variable. Then children also. So we have an understanding of what each of these variables are. All right. There is something called as a factor, and we are going to do it later on in the next part of the sessions. But you can see something like a yes, no, married, unmarried, married and single, etc. So these are stored as characters, but we would like to store it as something called a valued numbers. It's called a factor. Okay, 1, 0. Right. So we are going to do it later on, though. For now, we'll just keep it as a character vector. ठीक है. So we know what all variables are there. What we are also going to do is, do something like a head of data. We know what is the first 6 values of data. We can see that as well. And similarly, we can see the tail as well. As these are something that we have already discussed last time. Yeah, we know that there are 1000 observations. So in order to find what is the number of observations, there is another way. It's called as dim. It's called dim. जो dimensions पता चलते हैं, ठीक है? So there are 1000 rows and 13 columns. That is to say, there are 13 variables, and data is for 1000 people. Okay, so you have dimensions. Similarly, if you don't want the rows and columns like this, you can do something like a n row, that is number of rows, and you know n row is 1000. And similarly, you can do something like a n col, and you have the number of columns there. This is a very, very basic level of analysis. Now, what happens in R is you have some basic functions there in the base R. This is called a base R. But what you also can do is you can import some new packages. New packages will give you some new features, which will make your life simpler. Okay, so I'm going to show you one such package. This package is not, we are not going to try to study the package itself. I'm just trying to tell you what all things can be done in R. Okay, just in terms of the scope that is there in R itself. So for that, we are going to use a function called install.packages. Okay, install.packages करके into double inverted commas, we are going to write summary tools. There is a package called as summary tools. Okay, and then I'm going to run this line. I can see some things are happening on the right side, and then some warning is there, and then there's a link, and then it is written that summary tools successfully unpacked. Okay, it has also given where it has been unpacked. Okay, everyone has run this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, once this package is installed, we need to load it in R. Okay, we have to load it. To load it, we write library, and then just paste this summary tools. Now it has been loaded, this package. Now R actively knows that this package is in use. All right. Now what we can do is we can do help and summary tools. See. Now you know what all things are done using this summary tools package. They are tools to quickly and neatly summarize data. Okay? It is a collection of functions which neatly and quickly summarize numerical and categorical data. So data frame summary hai, frequency table hai, cross tabulation hai. These are some of the things that this package does. And now that we have installed one package and then loaded, these are two separate steps. So I'm going to write over here installing a package. Here I'm going to write loading a package, right? And then we just try to understand what all is there in the package. So now let's see how this works. यहाँ पे ना मैं नीचे गया, and नीचे I have 4 core functions. See, these are four core functions, and we are going to try a few of them. For example, df summary नाम का function है. Let's see what happens with this summary. Okay, then you have to give the data. Let's just run this much. df summary and data. Okay, there's something very complicated happening. ये थोड़ा बड़ा करके देखते हैं क्या होता है. Let me know if I'm going too fast, slow, etc. Okay. So अब हमारे पास यहाँ पे there is a summary, the data frame summary of this, the data that we have, biker का data. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the variable. ID variable है, marital status variable है, gender variable. Then what are the values? Okay, stats or values. For example, ID variable का it has given mean, but it does ID variable का हमको कोई interest नहीं है because that is not something. It's not a value per se. It's just a allocation. Let's look at income. Income का mean है 56,000. ठीक है, and standard deviation is 31,000. Then over here it has also given the minimum, median and maximum. Minimum है 10,000, median है 60,000 and maximum है 1,70,000. Okay, and then there is one step further, that is the interquartile range IQR and CV, that is coefficient of variation. ये भी numbers दिए हुए हैं. Coefficient of variance is the standard deviation divided by mean. Okay, it's basically 31,000 divided by 56,000, so that is 0.6. Okay, like this has given this df summary function has given a nice table which has all the summary. It also gives frequencies. That what it has given is income has 16 distinct values. So all the 1,000 bikers that are there have incomes in 16 unique values. कोई 10,000 पे होगा, कोई 20,000 पे होगा, etc. Okay, and this nice little graph is there, which I liked a lot. It also gives the distribution. So you have two people over here who have very high income, and then most of them are at this level. So you have this distribution in place. You can see that. And then we see that, okay, there are 0 missing values. All of the values are available. You can observe all. There is no missing value. So this is the overall result that it has shown. And similar to income, now it is given for the children also. It has been given for education level also. Okay? This graph जो है ना, this distribution, it is different for different different variables. This is something that even I couldn't figure out why this is as I. But one thing that I can tell you, I'll tell you what my interpretation is. So education में भी है, etc. So you see that bachelors are 306. So out of 1,000, 306 are bachelors. Now what this thing has done is this column. It is that it understands that this is not really a continuous variable. It is a discrete variable. So what it does is that number of eyes, suppose 20 eye बनाए, okay, 20 eyes, and then 30.6% of it is over here, 17% is over here. So it has basically created a bar chart for you. Okay, I जो है ना, this seems to be a bar chart for all categorical variables. For continuous variable, that is income, it has given a density plot. All right. So here also you can see that 68% people have their own home. 31% people do not have their own home. Everyone is with me? Again, age is a continuous variable, so they have given a nice distribution. They have given a density plot for us. All right. So if there are questions, please let me know. But now the next thing we are going to see.
So a question. So
yes.
In the structure, what you're calling as continuous and discrete, they are all showing as integer value. How does R know which is continuous and which is?
Yes. So in base R, we have to define them as factor or a continuous variable. So we can do that. This is something that the df summary function itself is doing at the back end. Okay.
So it's interpreting the data in the CSV file and figuring out what is continuous and what is.
Yes, this is something that the df summary function is doing. It is not something that we are doing. What we would always do is that manually define variables such as gender, occupation, etc., as a factor variable, so that we know that what is factor. Factor is basically that you don't give a qualitative value to that number. So one is not necessarily bigger than two or lesser than two, and the one and two is not compared as numbers. They're compared as categories, right? So that is what we do manually in base R. But over here, what the function seems to have done is that it has figured by itself. So that's why id, which is actually is not a continuous variable, it is taking it as a continuous variable. So it has used some of its own logic. Now I'll tell you how you can actually find out what is the function doing at the backend. So just type df summary without the brackets. Okay, without the brackets, and it gives the entire function for you. It gives the entire calculation for you. Okay, so by this you can figure out what the function exactly is doing at the backend. Now this is where R is different from others. For example, Stata doesn't give the entire function. It gives a very basic surface level understanding of what the function is doing at the backend. But since it is an open source, now R gives you the entire function itself. So you can use this, you can tweak this and make your own function as well. So, to figure out how the function is, creating a bar chart and a density plot, we can just get into this and see. But for now, the purpose of this part is to understand, to install a new package, to load a new package, and figuring out the help function. So we are not going getting deeper into the function itself. Okay. Now the next is frequency. Now let's run frequency as well and see what frequency is. Now now you can figure out that this is simply a frequency table that is created for each of the variables. So marital status ke liye, you know that out of 1000, 539 are married and 461 are single, and there is no missing value, right? So similarly, this is done for all the variables. Now if you see, income is not really a categorical variable to make a frequency table, but it has made it for all the variables. So you can see the same thing done for income as well. Children, how many people have 5 children, how many have 4 children, how many have 0 children, etc. So you have a nice frequency table for all the variables. All right, so now has everyone understood how to load a package, how to install a package first, how to load a package, and then try for help, seek the help from R?
Sir,
Huh.
I didn't understand the graph of those characters. Like I understood the dot plot, but I didn't get the Roman numeral wala graph. What was
ये ना बार चार्ट है, बार चार्ट.
अच्छा,
ये बार चार्ट है.
okay,
हाँ, 53.9% ये इसका लेंथ कर दिया एंड इसका
हाँ,
46.1 के proportion में लेंथ कर दिया. This is what even I
okay,
understand. See, this is a very raw way of doing it, right? You get a sense of
हाँ,
what the distribution is. Of course, you have to create your own density plot to get a deeper understanding. But if this is a very good. I personally feel that if this is there, this function is there, it actually gives me a good understanding of whether there is an outlier or not. What is the overall distribution of the function, how many of the data, how many married are there, how many single are there. So एक visual में पता चल जाता है. So this is actually a good way of just seeing a exploratory or initial primitive kind of analysis.
okay, sir. Thank you.
This seems to be a bar chart actually. It's not a character, Roman character.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So the last thing actually we'll try that also, just for completion. ये जो describe table है, describe function. See, describe function is actually giving the mean, standard deviation, minimum, Q1, median. So it's giving the whole distribution of all the variables. Okay, it's giving it for the numerical variables. Age के लिए दिया, cars के लिए दिया, children के लिए दिया, ID and income. So you get the whole distribution and descriptive statistics using the DESCR function, describe function. Okay, so what is the takeaway from this? The takeaway is that base R gives you some facilities. You can create a table and all of that. But if you install some packages, there are people who have made it simpler for us. With a single function, it gives you the entire result. So this is the facility of R. You can just Google your issue, and a lot of times people have already built a function on it, and these functions can be directly used by us, and summary and all till regression and higher level statistics also can be done using the functions. Okay.
So this package that we installed, is it persistent or it will go away when we shut down our?
So installation is persistent. Loading is to be done in each session. Once you install, it is always there. But at every session, you have to write this library, reloading the function. So वो करना पड़ेगा.
Sir, I did the install package step. I got that it has been installed, but as I did library summary tools, it is not showing me anything.
Okay. Before you share your screen, just check the spellings once. All the spellings. ये summary tools का spelling, library का spelling, सारा एक बार check कर लो.
Sir, when it comes na warning, you don't have to select yes. If it is coming yes, then it is not coming. Even I did the same. Again, I run that codes and then do no, then it is coming properly. Like, do you want to change this? That if you're doing yes, it is not coming properly. It is not It is not loading only.
Show me this. Actually, I'm not aware of this. Show me.
Sir, but I got it now.
So who asked the question?
Maybe she might have the same problem which I faced.
Just share screen. Once we'll check what is the issue.
So I had
करिए ना. Just show me what the error is, because is anyone else also getting this error or only two of you? Because I have never
So
seen
even
it.
I'm getting an error.
Excellent. Okay, let's let Prerna share. दिखाओ.
In library,
I'm getting
she
the
have
same
written
error,
summary tool.
अरे I told you the check the spelling. ऊपर summary का spelling देखो क्या लिखा है. Summary में MA होता है, MMA. ऊपर installed packages में. The package is not installed only. हाँ अभी होगा. Install dot packages. हाँ okay, this seems fine. करो अभी. अभी हुआ देखो. Who else had an issue? Just check spellings.
So my spelling is correct, but still I'm getting the error.
Pakka.
Yeah.
Okay, now share. Okay, Prerna, now you unshare and let Rhythm share.
Sir,
Yes.
I am getting an error in describe data. It is saying that X must be numeric.
Okay, let's see that. Okay, so read the error once, Rhythm. R usually solution बता देता है. Read the error once, Rhythm. You're on mute, by. This is for all actually. Pay attention to this part. You
Yes,
can
sir.
see,
So it's coming as there's no package called MAGICK.
correct. So install kar do usko fir. This happens sometimes. This issue comes. It's called a dependency problem. Will not get too much into it. But ऐसा error आता है ना, तो आप install कर दो manually. ये magic copy कर दो और देखो क्या हो रहा है. Each package functions on a set of other packages. Okay. So when you install a package, R installs all those supporting packages. It's called a dependency. उसको double inverted commas
Okay.
into double inverted. So somehow this dependency, this magic package is not getting installed.
Right.
Close the inverted commas. Once more. ठीक है. Now unshare a screen
Yes,
हो
sir.
जाना चाहिए. हाँ, okay.
Okay. All right.
Actually,
Thank
we
you,
have
sir.
very limited time today. That's why I'm rushing a bit. But if you get stuck anyway, you can write to me. I've been responding to everyone. There's no issue. Okay, let's move to the next part. डिस्क्राइब डेटा में क्या आ रहा था आपको? मुझे तो सीधा सीधा आ रहा है.
X must be numeric आ रहा है.
आपका नहीं होगा.
ठीक है, I'll try to run it
हाँ,
again.
try once. Otherwise, let me
Yeah.
know. Just what you do is write your जो आपका दो लाइन है ना, just paste it on the chat. Let me just check.
The set WD or the error?
अच्छा छोड़ो. You share your screen.
Okay.
I'll just. Just run data. रन करो. अरे आपका डेटा लोड नहीं हुआ है. वाइज अरे लाइन 24 पे जाओ. Line 24. Have you stored this read.csv in an object called data? रुको वहीं पे रुको.
Yes, sir, I've stored it.
कहाँ दिख रहा है? दिखाओ. Where is it? Line 24.
Line 17. Line 17.
Line 17 में. Okay. Then why? Okay, ठीक है. Line just run line 17 again. Run line 17 17. Okay, all right. Now run that describe function. अभी run होना चाहिए. Okay. You understood the problem, right, Urtika? Urtika, the problem was
Yes,
that
yes.
you had not run that line. You had not assigned data. So you had typed it, but you had not run it.
Okay.
ठीक है?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Sure. Next. The next part is to simply rename first. Okay. You have to find out the column names. Okay. To find the column names, you have a very simple function called col names. Call names. Okay. To call names लिख के if you write data, then you get the entire a vector which contains all the names. Okay. So ID, marital status, etc. Now, in order to make changes to these column names, now this is a very simple task actually. Sorry. So I copied this column names and then I said okay कौन सा वाला change करना है हमको. Suppose I want to change name income का नाम. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. You have to change the fourth one. So how do you access the fourth element of a vector? Do you remember? We've done this multiple times. Anyone who remembers?
Square brackets and 4.
Square brackets hai. Everyone agrees? Suppose I write it in square brackets and write 4, then yes. So I get the fourth one. Okay. In order to change, I simply do this and I assign a new name, new income. All right. You understood what I did? I took the column names. It is a vector of all the names. Then I took the fourth name and I assigned a new value. It's called as new income. It is into double inverted commas because it is a character. It is not a number. Okay, so double inverted mein kar diya. Now if I just view the data again, then कहाँ गया income? देखिए new income, नया नाम आ गया. ठीक है. So just some Prerna, tell me how to do it. If I want to change the name ID, I want to change. I'm just writing change the name ID to person ID, PID. How will I do it? Is Prerna here? Okay. Is Rhythm here?
Yes, sir.
Prerna is here.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Prerna. So can you answer this question?
Sir, we'll do the same thing, right? Because
बताओ.
ID is in the column.
Just dictate to me what to write. पहले क्या लिखूं मैं?
Column names,
Call names, then
data,
data.
fourth column,
ID is not the fourth column, na?
fifth column.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth is children. I want ID.
First column.
First column, correct. And then what to do?
The two columns. PID.
PID, correct. So now the PID has come. Is everyone clear about it? Absolutely clear about it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. All right. So now that this is also done, we'll just look at some basic summary statistics. And this is something that you already know. Two things that we are going to do. One is univariate summary statistics. How do you access, suppose I have a data frame. This is a data frame, correct? इसमें तो इतना सारा data है. How do you access one variable in it? We have done this earlier, but if you remember, I just want new income separately. So how do you access that? Do you remember? We did it last time. We used some symbol over here, and then using that symbol, it helped us.
$.
Yes. So dollar, shift 4, dollar. Everyone with me? You use the dollar sign and then you write new income. If you run this, you have the income as a vector. सारा income का data आ गया. So once this is there, I can do whatever I want. I have the freedom to do. So for example, I can just do mean of this. Mean aa gaya 56,000. I can do, say, variance. I get it. I have standard deviation. I have it. Median. ठीक है. Similarly, I can do minimum, maximum, everything I can do. Minimum आ गया, maximum आ गया. So whatever functions that we have done in the past, we can all use all of that using this dollar sign. Is Vijaya Lakshmi there in the call?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Vijaya Lakshmi. Help me with one thing. I want to calculate the minimum value of age which is there in the data. Who's the youngest person in this data?
Yeah.
How do I find it?
So it is minimum bracket dollar like data dollar sign and the age and bracket close.
Perfect. 25 years. Perfect. ठीक है. Someone else. अभी किसको पकड़ो अभी? Forum. Forum is your?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Forum. Tell me what first. Let's see what are the various. First, tell me how to find the various. What are the variables which are there in the data?
Sir, we can do call names and
Perfect.
data.
Perfect. Very good. Now, I want to find out what are the various. Okay. What is the maximum number of cars that are held by people? How do I find it?
Okay. So we do maximum number. So we do max bracket data dollar sign and cars. C capital.
Correct. You know that maximum 4 cars. Now, ये तो ठीक है. Now everyone understood how to do this. You know, dollar sign is going to help you in doing this. But last time we did something even better, more, and I want to do it in deeper today. So by group we want to do it because average income doesn't make sense, right? Average income doesn't make sense. What makes sense? Whether of how this income is, average income is in comparison to two genders. How is it in comparison to the marital status? How it is in comparison to whether you are an owner of a house or not, right? So you want to do it by some group, right? So group wise, so I'm going to write group wise summary statistics. Okay. And in order to do so, we did a interesting function last time. If you do you remember that? It's called the aggregate function. Okay. So let's try the aggregate function now. So हमको क्या चाहिए? So we want income, then this tilde sign. Income by, suppose we want by region. Okay, income by region, and then we write that data is equal to हमारा data ही है. And then what do we want to calculate? We want to calculate the mean. So function is equal to mean. क्यों नहीं भाई? अच्छा, new income, sorry. New income. Right? So what we find is that the average income in Europe is the lowest, North America is higher, and Pacific is the highest, 63,000. Okay. Can someone help me with finding the same thing for average income by education? What change do I need to do?
Sir, instead of region, we can put education.
Correct.
So new income tilde.
Perfect. So what we find is that partial high school is the lowest income, Partial college is a bit higher. High school graduate degree is 66,000, which is the highest. So it's not sorted. Okay. So graduate degree is the highest, which is 66,000, followed by bachelor's, which is 62,000. Then there's partial college, which is 54,000. Uske baad high school, which is 46,000. And then lowest is partial high school, which is 34,000. All right. So we have the distribution of income, average income by each education levels. Now, okay. So I want to change this now. I want to change this and say that I want to find the average age by education. How do I do it? Someone will let me take someone's help. Saloni, is Saloni here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Saloni, tell me how to find out the average age by education. Okay, who else can help? If Saloni think about it, till then I'll just ask someone else also a question. Is is Aditi here? There are two Aditis.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Aditi. Hello. So, can you help me with this question? How to find out the
Yes.
average age by by education? Yes.
Maybe we can use the apply function.
You can use apply function definitely, but for now we've not done apply function. Can we do it using aggregate function?
Aggregate, then use the tilde and then write education.
Tilde and then education.
No. We'll write new income.
New income.
And we wanted to find age by education, right?
Yes.
So age tilde education.
Age tilde education. Okay. Then
Then data.
data equal to data and function equal to mean. Okay. Let's. Okay. So we find that age-wise, partial high school are younger. Interesting. So average age of people who are have just partially done high school is 42 years, and age of bachelors is highest. So basically, from this we can, this is an indication that people, the younger people are leaving school earlier. Anyway, this is just a small thing. Okay, so who else can help? Okay, let's go to the next one. What we also can do is we can do it by two dimensions. For example, I want to find out the relationship between the income with, say, region as well as gender. Okay, we can do that as well. In order to do that, we basically do the same thing. We have new income, then tilde, and then we can write region plus, okay, simply plus, what did I say? Region and gender, na? Gender, and then data equal to data and function equal to. ठीक है. So यूरोप के फीमेल का एवरेज इनकम इज 39,000 एंड यूरोप के मेल का एवरेज इनकम इज 40,000. ठीक है. Then North America female is 62,000. North America male is 63,000. So you get it by group. Do you think this is useful?
Yes, sir. We can correlate it.
We can do that, right? So, all right. So we've done aggregate function as well. Anyone else who has any doubts, any suggestions, points to make? No. Now I have one activity, one more. अच्छा आपको पता नहीं होगा, but let's try one more thing. I want to find out average income by age. Okay, so let's try that first, and let's new income by age. Now we know that age data जो है वो continuous है ना? So you get a very long data over here, and this is not interpretable, right? Because maybe there's only one person who is 30 years of age. So the average is only on one person. So we don't want it this way. What I want to do is I want to find out the median age, and I want to find out the average income of people who are lower than median age and average income of those who are above the median age. Okay. So in order to do so, you have to first create a categorical variable for age. Okay, and then we have to, second step would be to average income across the categorical variable. Okay. Let's try that. So suppose we want to create this variable, so हम लोग simply if else use करेंगे. If else है. If else is a function to do that. So if else, what we are going to do, if data $age है ना less than median data $age. Let me know if you find it complicated. First, let me show you what the logic is. If data $age is less than median data $age, we are going to say, less than median. Let's write age less than median, or age more than median. What have I done? I have created a function, used if else function. Condition is if the age is less than median, then the value is age less than median. Otherwise, it is age more than median. Okay? But we want to store this as a variable. So हम लोग क्या करेंगे? We'll store it as, suppose, age category. Right? So let's देखो आ गया. Sometimes it is age less than median. Sometimes it is age more than median. Correct? Now, very smart person in the class would ask me, before they ask me, I'll answer that question. They'll ask me how do I know this is correct or not? I need this, this variable to be a part of the data frame itself. Correct? नहीं तो इसमें से कैसे पता चलेगा ये variable सही बना है या नहीं बना है? So I want to attach this to the data frame, original data frame. And to do so, the same old $sign is going to help us. We are simply going to do data $. Over here. So we are going to create a new variable in the data frame called age category and use this if else to create this data. Now let's view the data. I know this is probably going to go a bit bouncer. देखो इसका age था 42. 42 is less than median, but 43 is more than median. है ना? 60 is more than median. 41 is less than median. So you have this age category over here. And once this is created, we can simply use the same old aggregate function, new income by age category. लीजिए more than median का 61,000, less than median का 50,000.
So this would skip the record where it's exactly the median, right? Or will this include?
This will include, because less than median में नहीं आएगा, but more than median में it will include equal. Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm going to take a quick poll. Who all did not understand? किसको लगा है bouncer है? You can just raise your hand. Okay, Vijayalakshmi, good start. You have a leader. Who else thought it is difficult?
Sir, I didn't found it difficult, but I didn't get the console. Like, it is not coming error, but it is not even coming the way you have.
Okay.
The right hand side right now you have. I have not got that.
This part you are saying, this part is not coming?
The right hand side less than the median or more than the median.
You're saying this?
Yes, that part.
So I can help you with that. Just run this much. It will come. Data $age category run karo, you'll get the whole thing. Let me know if you get it.
No, sir, it is like it is in purple but not an error. So it is not coming the tabular form.
Show me, share your screen. I will first deal with the easier problem. When I was in college, that time the joke was there. They said that easy repeated, complicated deleted. That is how syllabus is completed. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to first answer Drashti and then I'll go to Vijayalakshmi and Prerana. Okay, share your screen.
See, on the left hand side I did, but view data it is coming. See, if I run this, it is coming. But uske upar ka I am not getting. Like, I am not getting this.
Go to the right.
Here.
Niche, there is a bar. See, on the bottom left mein, there is a bar. Just pull it to the right. See whether the variable has been created or not. Or pura right. Okay, that has been created. All
yes.
Right. So let's go back to the script. क्या प्रॉब्लम है आपको? ये एज कैटेगरी वाला रन तो करो. वेरिएबल ना जस्ट 76 में ना व्हाट यू डू 76 में डेटा $age कैटेगरी उतना ही रन करो.
ये इतना सा.
Yes, that's partial. No, just select the text 76 में. Yeah, now run.
Okay. अच्छा, okay.
है ना?
got it. Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so let's get to anyone else who wants to raise hand कि नहीं समझ में आया, or let's repeat it once. मतलब I understand it is a bit complicated.
So.
Yes.
So actually, I didn't understand the later part, but before that, the group-wise summary statistics, I was not getting the output for this.
You are not getting output for this?
Yeah.
Okay, then you have to share your screen. Guys, so what I'll just quickly tell you one thing. So we will do aggregate function and this if else once. I had a few things to cover, and Professor Swati is going to come at 10:45. She wants to talk to you a bit. Only 2 hours lecture is day to day. So if you don't mind, I would like to take 10 more minutes after 11. because there was some issue with my laptop, so we are a bit behind time. Now, okay, Vijayalakshmi, tell me one thing. What is the error? Can you read it once?
One second. It is error in aggregate and object new income not found.
Okay, the variable is self-explanatory. The error is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It is that new income नाम का variable नहीं मिला. क्यों नहीं मिला?
Yeah.
Because
पता नहीं.
you skipped one step. We had created a variable called new income. Just go up.
I did it, I guess.
Yes. So now I understood the mistake. Have you understood the mistake? Just see once. Just look at the variable in line 36 and look at the name down in the aggregate function.
New income.
Sir, the ये underscroll she have written full stop.
Ah, correct. So over here you have done dot and नीचे you have written underscore.
अच्छा.
वो dot कर दो हो जाएगा. हाँ.
हाँ. Thank you, sir.
Okay. See, I am not going to be empathetic about this at all. I'm just going to give 0 marks. I'm telling you now only. ये आपको देख के पता चलना चाहिए. So what? 2 things you have to do. This is not difficult actually. I'm not trying to be mean. The thing that I'm telling you is, see, 99.99% times R tells you exactly what the error is. The problem is we don't read the error, right? So start reading the error. During the exams also probably you will find these errors. Read the error and you will be able to solve it. Okay, so I'm not going to be there. So the errors you have to try to solve by yourself. Anyhow, so do we need to do if else again?
No.
No, sir.
Great. Okay. All right. So I think we are pretty much done with the data analysis using for data frames. Okay. So what we did was we started with some working directory. Then we read data, read.csv we used. We use these different kinds of functions to understand what the data is. We also installed a new package and then we loaded it. We use the help function to find out what that package does. We tried that package. Then we also changed column names, accessed column names, etc. We did different things. We also did univariate summary statistics, used aggregate function for group level descriptive analysis. Then we created a categorical variable using the continuous variable. So we've done that. And then finally, we did one step more of descriptive analysis. So that is pretty much what we want to do as basic data frame analysis. Now, what I wanted to do next is to start with the kind of questions that I plan to ask in the exam. So over here, we are going to do a couple of questions together. It's not going to be difficult at all, but it might be a bit different from the questions that we ask usually in exams. Okay? So, okay. So there might be, create a function named vector sum that takes 2 vectors of same length and returns a vector that is the element-wise sum of 2 input vectors. Okay, what we have to do is create a function. Function का नाम है vector sum. Those have 2 inputs. 2 vectors are taken as inputs, right? And it returns one vector, which is the sum of the 2 vectors. The output should be just one vector, which is the sum of the 2 input vectors. Do you understand the question? So in order to give a clarification, for example, if the input vectors are C1, 2, 3 and C4, 5, 6, the output should be 5, 7, 9. This is the kind of question that comes. Like, let's try to answer this question together. What do we want to do first? Step 1 क्या है? Anyone who can help me?
Sir, vector 1.
Okay, vector 1 क्या है? Okay, so
Great.
let's say vector 1 and let's name it just 1, 2, 3. जो दिया है वही करते हैं, ठीक है? Then second vector v2 can be c4, 5, 6. Okay, next tell me. Create a function. What is the name of the function? Vector underscore sum. Okay. Now, in order to create a function, we know that we use the assignment operator. Then we write function. Okay. Now the question says take two vectors of same length. Okay. So let's say v1 and v2. Two vectors are taken. And what do we want to do? Take the sum, element-wise sum of the two vectors. तो simply v1 plus v2. इतना ही तो करना है बस. Once this is done, you test it by saying vector underscore sum, add two vectors 1, 2, 3 and see क्या है 4, 5, 6. Again. You have 5, 7, 9 over here. How's the Josh?
Yes, sir, got it.
Everyone got it? Drashti got it. She's going to get highest marks in the class. But what about others? Vijay Lakshmi, Acha, Ayushri also understood. Forum, I'm assuming Forum understood. I know Forum understands properly. Vritika also, I'm getting a feeling that she's understood. Okay, Saloni has also understood. Good. Should I give you one more sum just for your practice then?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm going to give you a interesting question. Try it. Otherwise, we'll do it together. Actually, I'm going to share all these. Actually, what I did is, for the purpose of the everyone, I have made these questions along with answers so that it will help you understand. Okay, but I like to do few of these together so that we understand how the thought process is. Okay, so the question is write a function called isPositive. Okay, that takes a single numeric value as input. कितना input है? 1 single value, and returns positive if the number is greater than 0, negative if it is less than 0, and 0 if it is exactly 0. Can you do it? Okay, let's do it together. I think. Uh, let's try to do it together. Okay. So what is the function name? Anyone? Is underscore positive. है ना? This is the function name. Now we use the assignment operator and then write function. Now it takes a single numeric value as input. तो हमको पता है एक ही number है, so let's write number over here. Okay. So now the question is, we want to find out what the value of number is. है ना? So let's look at first two, positive and negative. दो ही देखते हैं, ठीक है? So if okay, number is greater than 0, फिर कर्ली ब्रैकेट, क्या करना है? रिटर्न पॉजिटिव. Understand till here? If else we had done last time. After this, we are going to write else. Second condition is else if number is less than 0, तो क्या रिटर्न करना है? रिटर्न नेगेटिव. So if the number is greater than 0, to return positive, less than 0, to negative, and the last is 0. So else क्या लगता है? Complete silence. Wow.
Understood, sir.
Okay, Forum, good. You've understood this kind of if else, you will be able to use it.
Yes, sir. I mean, it will take practice for sure, like understanding the question, but I guess like with a few practice, we'll kind of get a hang of it, I feel.
Okay. So do
Because
you think
तुरंत
that,
idea नहीं आता.
sorry?
मतलब तुरंत, like with this sentence, I don't get like, okay, this is how it should be, but I guess like with kind of some sort of practice, I'll get an idea.
Correct. So if I give you a set of questions along with
Hmm.
answers, like solved questions,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
you will, if you see this and try this, you will be able to answer it. You will be able to understand it.
Yeah, sir, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, good. Forum, that's really good. Anyone else? Drashti, how do you feel? Drashti always talks. Now she's become completely silent.
No, sir. Actually, I got some errors now, so I was finding it out. So
Acha.
that is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but got the answer. It is there perfectly fine.
But you understand, you will be able to do it by yourself. If I ask a tougher question, like something like this, can't get tougher than this. This is the max difficulty actually. It will not get tougher than
Uh,
this.
yes, sir. If examples like if even if we ourselves do it and then find out, it will be like examples and stuff may make this easier to do this.
Okay, but you will do it by yourself, and I will share
Yes,
some
sir.
questions.
Yes.
You will also practice. Everyone is
Yes, sir.
requested to
Sure.
practice such questions. Okay. So let's. What we'll do is we'll do one more because Swati ma'am will come. Uh,
I have arrived, but you can go ahead, Kedar.
okay, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah. You can go. We have a couple of questions actually.
You
We'll
do
just.
whatever you're doing. Once you're done, you just let me know. I will come in at that time. I'm here.
ठीक है, ठीक है. So let's do this last question actually. Write a function called categorize age that takes an integer age as an input. So now we know that only one number is taken as an input. And what is returned? See, returns an age category based on age. For example, it will return child for age between 0 and 12, teenager for 13 to 19, adult for 20 to 64, senior for 65 and above. Let's try this together. Okay. What is the name of the function? It's given. Categorize age. So categorize age. Assignment kiya. And then we have function. How many inputs are there in this function?
Oh,
One. Correct?
yes, sir. Only one integer will
Okay.
be there,
So
right? So there is.
let's just write input. Okay, input.
Okay.
Now tell me. Now the input has come. Let's think of how to solve this. The question is, if this input is between 0 and 12, then it has to return child. So who will help me in this? Forum, will you only help?
Okay, sir. So it will be if
Okay.
input.
Hmm.
Uh, oh, so it is 0 to 12, right? So can
Yes.
we do 0 less than input less than 12? Or it will
0.
be,
Sorry, what is it?
I mean, it should be 0 to 12, right? So it should be
0 to
less,
10.
like it should be greater than 0 or 12. So if input is 0
Correct.
to 12. Huh.
Yes. Let's think of this. This is good. So greater than equal to 0. Okay,
Huh.
okay, this. So we have to use or function. This is okay, greater than 0 and less than 12. So
Hmm.
and के लिए हम and use करेंगे.
Hmm.
Input less than equal to 12.
Hmm.
Input greater than equal to 0, input less than equal to 12, then return what?
Written child. Invert like in inverted brackets child.
Correct. Next.
If input,
नहीं, only if की कुछ और होगा.
नहीं, else if.
Else if. Correct.
One
Input.
minute. 1 minute.
Hmm.
Sir, how did you got that equal to and greater than, like?
नहीं, ये
Yes,
just
that function.
this is just a font thing. You have to use these two. The font that I use, na, it attaches. It's not required to
Acha,
attach. It's
okay.
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Just greater and equal to करेंगे तो that is good enough. The font that I use in R, that converts it. All right. So okay, forum. Input next. Input greater than equal to 13.
13 and input less than equal to 19.
19. ठीक है.
Return
Teen.
inverted teenage.
Okay, that's good. Now let's try someone else. Who else can answer this? Ayushri, are you here?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Can you help me with the next? So we have, with the help of forum, we have defined child and teenager. We have
Yeah.
adult and senior left. So can you help?
Yes. else if
Else if, okay.
in brackets input
Hmm.
greater than or equal to uh, si-
Yeah, na? Greater
20,
than equal
yeah,
to 20.
20,
Yes, 20.
20 and input less than or equal to 64.
64, perfect.
Yeah, and then the bracket return in bracket and adult.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, the last one is senior.
Senior.
अब कैसे करोगे?
So else if uh, input um 65 is greater than or equal to 64.
नहीं 64 तो एडल्ट में है ना, ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 65.
हाँ 65 yeah.
65 return
And return senior.
senior. Okay, so we have something created. Let's check whether this works or not. So once this is done, you know how to test it, right? We have to write categorize age and then write suppose 12. Okay, 12 is child, 20 is adult. Okay, 1000 is senior, very senior. But now the challenge for you, and I'm not going to solve it, you have to do it at home, is if I write -10, there's no output. Right? There is no output. Now clearly you know that -10 cannot be an age. So for your practice, what you have to do is add a condition for negative values. Maybe throw an error. Okay? Can you guys do this? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
कर दोगे ना? Okay. So that's it. So what I will do is I will share such questions with you. You guys can practice. Also, we have all lecture 1, lecture 2. I'll share lecture 3 now. Each of them has exercise of their own also. So that all of that is in the syllabus. Actually, I had also written the syllabus. I'll share this with you so that we can give Swati ma'am the time. So create a function that will calculate. Sorry, ये कहाँ लेके आया मैं, रुको, sorry. Yes, this one syllabus. Sorry.
Kedar, take as much time as you need. Don't hurry for my account. I will just need 2 minutes with them.
Okay. So I'll just take them through the syllabus. If there is any
Take your
question.
time.
Okay. Actually, what happened was at the start there was some issue with my laptop, so I also joined 5 minutes late.
No problem. No issues. You just take your time with them.
So we have done these topics. So for example, we started with the first lecture was as a calculator, right? We looked at all the mathematical operations. So I might ask questions on that. What are the kind of operations that are there? Something like a BODMAS rule we discussed, how our approaches these operations. Something like a division, remainder, all of that, right? So all of those come under this. These might be one line questions or small questions. So there will be one section which is small questions. Then there are inbuilt functions. We have done a lot of inbuilt functions. I would suggest that there are only 3 files now, lecture 1, 2, 3. Just make a list of those so that you know what all functions are done. You can talk to each other also to make a comprehensive list, so you know what all functions are there. And these are very easy ones. For example, mean is mean, standard deviation is SD. So they are not difficult to remember per se, but they are, all of them will be part of the questions. Okay. Uh, After that, we did vectors. So vectors mein we did three things: creating vectors. We know combine functions. C function use करके we made vectors. Then subsetting using those rectangle the brackets. क्या बोलते हैं उनको? Okay, square brackets. So square brackets, and then we did the vector arithmetics, adding, multiplying, subtracting, etc. So all of that is there. Similar to that for matrices also, how to make a matrix, subsetting, and the matrix algebra. Now keep in mind that two different mathematical operators for element-wise multiplication and the matrix multiplication. That is something you guys have to keep in mind. So that you don't make a mistake. Now again, you have R with you, so you can check whether your answer is correct or not. So just do that. It will not take much time. Data frame, everything that we did today, right? Aggregate function tak everything, univariate and aggregate function, everything is there. In array, if you remember, we didn't go array deep into arrays. We have to know creation of array and the subsetting. Subsetting principle is same for all, so it's not a new thing per se. But creation ke liye you need to know what functions you used for creating these. The two important ones are user written functions and conditional statements. Okay, conditional mein if else. If else also we did now nested ones also, right? If, else if, and then else. All of those are part of it. And user written functions are, again, we did, for example, write a function to know whether an input number is positive or a negative number. So of this sort. So all of those questions come. I will give you more practice questions. I wanted to do for loops also, but now we have done for loops in the past, but I'll not include it in the exam now. What we'll do is we'll do it after in the next session. Okay, loops. And any other topic that we have discussed, so that nobody catches hold of me later saying that ये आपने पढ़ाया था लेकिन बताया नहीं था, etc. So anything that we have discussed is part of it. Any questions you can ask me.
Sir, so basically in the last lecture you did the data analysis of the time series of the inflation data. So
Yes.
that we don't have the sheet, like we don't have the function, we don't have the sheet wherein you had written time series function. So while practicing, I was having some difficulty in kind of making sense of the functions. In case if you can share that sheet again.
Okay, I'll share it. But
Huh.
one thing is that time series analysis is not part of this. Okay, so why I
Okay,
use
okay.
that data was to understand data frames only. I will share the
Acha.
data also, I'll share the codes also, but don't do
Okay.
time series now. Time series
Okay,
we'll
okay.
do
You
later.
don't have it. ठीक है, sir.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, creating a time series object, creating a plot, etc. is not part now. It was just
Okay,
done to
okay.
understand how data frames are read, how subset is done, etc. So for that.
Okay, sir. ठीक है. Thank you.
Any other question? All right, so I will share this file with you along with the data I shared today. I'll share the inflation data also. It is the publicly available. I shared with you the link last time, last week only I shared. It's the same thing, but I'll share it with you. I think this should suffice. If you have any questions, you can write to me. There's no issue at all. ठीक है ना? So Swatyam, that's it from my side.
Yeah, Kedar, but just be in the meeting
Okay.
because once everyone leaves, then we can talk something, huh? On
ठीक
the
है.
paper. Yeah. So let me just. So good morning, everybody, one and all. Happy Independence Day to all. Now I have come into this meeting clearly for telling you something about the data analytics exam. Okay, so each of us has to do that paper. There was some confusion in the class regarding how the exam for data analytics would be conducted. Now the data analytics exam comprises of two parts. One will be a written or a theory component, which will be for half an hour, and the other will be a computer based solution that you will have, exam that you will have on the portion that was taught by Amlesh Kanekar, and that would be for 1 hour. Okay, because that is the requirement the teacher has set. So that will be for 1 hour, and you will have a half-hour written theory paper. Now, how we are going to conduct that, whether we are both having both on the same day, whether we are having both on 2 different days, is something we will let you know, because right now we are relooking at the timetable, so that we will come back to you on that. But just be clear that it is not just a theory paper, it's not just a practical exam based paper, it is both. Any doubts anybody has now? Please ask. Am I clear?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So there are only 35 people that I see here, of which 2 are Kedar and me. So there are only 33. Okay. And Saloni Chachar has joined from 2 devices. So there are only 32. But your class has more than 32. So I request all of y'all who are here to convey this to your classmates who have not been joining this group today. Okay. So please take that responsibility. And I have now officially announced this. There'll be 2 parts to the data analytics exam. One is a half-hour theory paper on the portion that is based by Dr. Neha Ansari, and 1 hour practical on the PC exam to be conducted by the department on the portion based by Amlesh Kanekar. Okay. So if there is no other doubt, then please start leaving the meeting. I have to talk to Kedar. Kedar, you have anything more to tell them?
No, nothing from my side.
Okay. Then please others leave the meeting, because you all have another class now. So you all are free to leave. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.